How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the ladder PvP experience, and today I'm bringing you another episode with another challenge. Now, just before I get started, I haven't forgotten about my Poise Showcase series. It's just taken a backseat recently to all these ladder matches, but I am working on the next Poise Showcase series, which should be coming in the next couple of days or by the end of the week, I would say. But otherwise, today I challenge the top ranked player on the Xbox ladder, currently undefeated. He goes by the name of Robot Rob, and he plays a very, very damn good sorcerer. Now, before I get into the actual matchup and my opponent, I just want to discuss real quick the build that I took in. So basically, it's an upgrade to the Dark Exile and Longsword build that I was using in my previous matches. I've basically switched up to the Harald Curve Greatsword, as obviously it's the better Curve Greatsword, more reach and a better weapon art. And I've also switched out to the Lothric Knight Sword over the Longsword, again for that extra reach. And as you can see though, those are my stats there, guys. And over to my equipment page, this is my active inventory. So the Dark Harald with the Dark Lothric Sword, one Blessed Cestus and the Light Crossbow with exploding bolts. My armor has remained the same, so we're still at 44.85 poise, and my rings here remain the same as they usually do with my setups as well. Now, I did think I would go into this match using my Hyper Armor to interrupt or block his cast or prevent his casts, but that was not to be the case. I went in unprepared and it was an absolute slaughter. It was my actual first defeat on the ladder, but it was a great match nonetheless, so I thought I'd share this video here today to do a tactical analysis, see where things went wrong, analyze how things could be better, and see how I would approach the rematch, which will hopefully come later this week. Now, Robot Rob has held the top spot for a while now, undefeated currently on the ladder with his mage, and I've never seen anything like it. He's got an absolute mastery over his sorcerer, and it's great to watch actually, so I hope you guys enjoy this match. Alrighty guys, so first round of the match here today, and I'm opening with the Harald on the right and a crossbow on the left. Rob over there is opening with the Lothric Knight Sword on the right with his Quartz Sorcerer Staff on the left, and here we go. So I open up with a cheeky crossbow here, but as you can see, homing Soul Mass is very easy to cast, very quick, and also it's quite cheap on the FP, so it is spammable. And as you can see straight away, Rob likes playing Unlocked, which is a very effective way to play a caster, because usually when you play Locked against your opponent and you're just casting those spells, the spells home into your locked target and they're very easy to dodge. But with Rob here, when he's playing Unlocked, he can actually choose when to release those orbs. As you can see there, he's got full control of how to release them, and it really allows him a lot of control of his neutral space there, guys. It makes the approach incredibly difficult for my build here. So excellent sorcery play here, guys. Unlocked, playing passive or defensively. And as you can see, when he has that homing soul mass up, it also allows him to reset his stamina, and it also allows him to get off an Ashen Estus so he can continue casting. Now the Harald, for all its hyper armor here, I thought the hyper armor would actually allow me to clip him at cast, but it'll still mean I take damage on the approach, and on top of that, because it's so slow, Rob can just easily roll out. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have had the Lothric Knight Sword in the left there so I could follow up a running attack with a few swings with the sword, but all it really takes is for Rob in that instance to roll twice or three times while the homing soul mass is still up, and I would still be taking damage on approach without a guarantee that my hit would actually hit him. So as you can see, I'm struggling to approach here, guys. I don't actually know how to approach him effectively without taking damage. And of course, because I'm focused on the sorceries here, I haven't been paying much attention to his Lothric Sword, or Lothric Knight Sword, which he managed to clip me with there. And again, an unfavourable trade for me, running attack into the Great Soul Arrow. And on top of that, Rob also has the Great Farron Dart there for chip damage to constantly harass me throughout the match. So as you can see, this is pretty damn good sorcery gameplay, guys, and I would say this is how you play a meta sorcerer. And for me, I have very little experience fighting a good caster, so I was completely unprepared for this fight. Excellent mage gameplay. You can see Rob's spacing is absolutely perfect. Managed to clip him there. And it's just the difficulty of trying to predict when Rob is actually going to make those orbs hit or make those orbs fly. again taking damage on the approach, and there you go, GG. Alrighty guys, so round 2 of our match here today, and just quickly I want to discuss one of the boys on the ladder here today challenged Rob to a match. He still lost, but it was the closest so far. He only lost 3-2, so it was a very close match. So I think it's worth discussing VLP's approach in his fight with Rob here as a way to engage this particular type of opponent. Essentially, he was using his Demon Scar Pyromancer, and he was using Chaos Bed Vestiges to actually punish Rob at cast, which is great because he's approaching Rob from his own neutral space without actually having to approach to engage. And on top of that, he was using Alluring Skulls to draw fire, to draw the fire alt-imponing Soul Mass, so VLP could get off his own Ashen Estus uninterrupted. So the Alluring Skull tactic is something I am looking to try in my next match with Rob. And as you can see here again, I'm having a lot of trouble approaching Rob. But at the same time, I am being a lot more aggressive here, so I am managing to get a lot more damage into Rob. But as you can see, he's just so good at reasserting control of his neutral space and piling on the damage there with projectiles. So he's always chipping. And again, he uses that longsword out of nowhere, which catches me off guard. And now it's a matter of chipping away at my health with Baron Dart and GG. Great gameplay. Final round of our match here today, guys, and it has been an absolute slaughter, but a glorious one at that, as it's always great to watch a very good caster, essentially. It's nice to know that on the top of the Xbox ladder, we have a meta caster as opposed to what you would normally expect, a Pontiff Knife Curved Sword or a straight sword and board. So it's great seeing someone have such command of sorcery here and absolutely slaughtering me in this match. Now, I will say that I think the build that I took here against Rob was just not the right matchup for me. The Harald was just way too slow on approach, and the Hyper Armor was not actually working for me, as I was still going to take damage on approach by those homing Soul Masses while giving the opportunity for Rob to dodge my attack anyway. Now, in hindsight and looking at the friendly matches that I've had with Rob in the arena where I've had more success, I should have actually fought this match with my Dark Mace and Plow build, which is something I want to test in my rematch with Rob, so I'm going to be using that build instead. Essentially because I believe that the Plow actually has the speed and the reach to approach Rob a lot more successfully in the approach across his neutral space, and it's a lot faster as well than the Harald, so I think it will be a lot more threatening to him than the Harald, which he has so easily spaced and dodged in this match. Now on top of that, the Expo in the left for utility will also help, and I will be trying to incorporate that Alluring Skull trick as well, and we'll see how effectively I can incorporate that into our rematch. So as you can see, I am struggling to approach. Rob has the HP advantage here by far, and yeah, just this approach here, guys, was impossible for me at the time. I was actually not hitting at all and threatening to get hit by those Soul Masses on approach regardless. And again, reasserts his neutral space, gets out another Ashen Estus, and also buffs his staff. So absolutely incredible meta sorcery play here, guys. So it's almost over, guys, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this tactical analysis of this matchup here today, and GG to Rob, an absolutely incredible match, so stay tuned for more.